What's good, y'all? This is a 420 Goonie, just chilling here on this late night, and I've been meaning to make this video for a while now, so what a better time than now, I guess. This is a 2-disc Ring of Honor compilation of Chris Hero, the Ring of Hero set right here. Awesome stuff. 2 discs, 6 hours, a total of 16 complete matches on here. I would have to say that the 16 matches that are on this set is worth the $20 alone that you would pay for this DVD. And the reason I say that is because there was so much more to this DVD than just bell-to-bell action. Unlike some of the other ROH DVDs that I have, there are promos and segments, clipped matches, encounters, all kinds of things to go in between the matches. And I think it makes the DVD seem a lot more whole right there. There's a bonus menu with a couple of promos with Sweet and Sour Incorporated. They did some really funny stuff together, so I think that's cool of ROH to include that. And it's something that you get with this DVD that you don't get to see with too many DVDs, I should say, is you get to see an evolution before your very eyes. Taking a look at the Chris Hero from the first match on this set, seeing the way he evolves, and seeing the Chris Hero at the end of this set is just, it kind of like tells a story of its own, and it's something that I really want to talk about as I go through this review right here. So let's get down to it. The first match, Chris Hero making his ROH in-ring debut, taking on Bryan Danielson for the ROH World title. This is from Hell Freezes Over, January 2006, and a great match here. I really like this match. They went, I'd say, a little under a half hour. This was when ROH was feuding with CZW, so the crowd was hot. I'm just glad they included this match on here because these two would go on to have, hard-hitting bouts, throwing more elbows and whatnot, but you get to see Bryan Danielson take on the Chris Hero of 2006 in here. And this is right around the time that I think both of these guys had been training in Europe. So this match right here was definitely more of a European, mat-based, kind of scientific wrestling match, and that's my cup of tea right there. I mean, they still took it to the outside, they still made it hard-hitting and everything, but I'm just really glad they included this match on here. Next up, they have a little clip from the 4th anniversary show. I believe it's BJ Whitmer and Christopher Daniels brawling out in the crowd. And while that's going on, a bunch of CZW guys take over the ring. Chris Hero singing Happy Birthday to ROH fans. I think that's kind of cool. A bunch of ROH guys come out and they start the brawl. Really cool moment right there. And I think it sets up nicely for what we see in the next match. Representing Team CZW, you have Chris Hero, Necro Butcher, and Super Dragon taking on Team ROH, which is Samoa Joe, BJ Whitmer, and Adam Pearce. This is from the 100th show, April of 2006. I talked about this match before. I don't want to go too much into it, but it's just a brawl. These guys really kick the shit out of each other in this match. BJ Whitmer takes a psycho driver through a table off the apron, which is crazy right there. The ending with Claudio, it was just classic. It really sets up nicely for the next few chapters that we see in this DVD, which is Chris Hero kind of, I guess, transitioning from, the outsider, identity to more of like a tag team, Kings of Wrestling thing with, Claudio, and that's what we'd see in the DVD next. Kings of Wrestling taking on Austin Aries and Roderick Strong for the ROH World Tag Team titles. This is Glory by Honor 5, Night 2, September of 2006. Great match here. A good crowd here. It's always a treat to see Austin Aries and Roderick Strong work together as a team, and I thought they put on a great team here. This is where Aries' ribs were all taped up, so they used the briefcase and the KRS one, and the Kings of Wrestling would pick up their first reign as World Tag Team Champions here. So, great match right here. Next up, they'd have a couple of clipped matches. One from Dethroned from November of 2006. You'd see Matt Sydal and Christopher Daniels defeat them for the tag team titles. Just a couple of minutes, just serves its purpose. It's cool. And then another clipped match. This is from International Challenge, of December, I believe, 2006. This is the Kings of Wrestling taking on the Briscoes, and this is just the last couple of minutes, just a clipped match, and they have they show. I believe this is where Larry Sweeney makes his ROH debut, and he would cost the match for the Briscoes. He would get the match for the Kings of Wrestling, I should say. I worded that poorly, but you know what I mean. So they're all cool, they're all on the same page, and then you fast forward 24 hours later. Final Battle 2006. Kings of Wrestling taking on the Briscoes in a rematch right there. This match was awesome. The crowd was on fire. Great tag team work. You'd see like these, what are they, like a sequence of moves. You'd see like a Jay Driller onto Hero, and then an Alkamari water slide onto Jay, and then a cutthroat driver to Claudio. And it's just, man, these guys are killing each other. It was just a great match, cool finish. After the match, they didn't really, show this in the DVD. They show it in Claudio's DVD, but not this one. It's just after the match. This was supposed to be Claudio's last match in Ring of Honor before going to WWE, I believe. And he gets in the microphone and says, well, I think I might stay around a little bit longer. And, good reaction from the crowd right there. And he's like, if you think, Kings of Wrestling was cool in '06, wait till you see what we do in '07. And Larry Sweeney is like, whoa, hey, when you said you were going to leave, you broke up the Kings of Wrestling. Come on, Hero, let's get out of here. So you got Hero forced to make this decision. He would pick Larry Sweeney, and I felt like that was a pivotal moment, especially here in this DVD, what we'd see over the next couple of matches. Chris Hero kind of changing up his, I don't want to say identity, but evolving again, taking it to that next step. We would see a segment from All-Star Extravaganza 3. You have Bruno Sammartino talking to the crowd in the ring. They don't show his whole speech or anything like that, but they show Sweet and Sour coming out. They show an encounter between Hero and Nigel, and sets up nicely for the next match that we would see on this. It's Chris Hero taking on Nigel McGuinness in a Pure Rules match from Death Before Dishonor 5, Night 1, August of 2007, and this is a great match right here. This is a new Chris Hero that you would see in this DVD, where it's more comedy, more of a showman, doing the calisthenics and whatnot, jumping jacks, running to the outside, really funny stuff from him. Something I want to point out, there's a blackout for 15 seconds, 20 seconds, something like that. The lights turn back on, everyone's like, what the fuck's going on? Even Nigel's just like, come on, what's going on here? Chris Hero goes out to the ring announcer, and he says, he whispers something in his ear. The ring announcer goes on the microphone. He's like, Chris Hero would like to let the referee know that Nigel McGuinness used all 3 of his rope breaks during the blackout. Really funny stuff right there. They did the Pro Wrestling Commandments. With Sweet and Sour Incorporated, if you know a Pure Rules match, there's closed fist will get you a warning and a disqualification or a strike. I don't know exactly. I can't remember right now. But there's also the rope breaks, and I think with Sweet and Sour Incorporated at ringside, it really made for a good heelish victory for Chris Hero to pick it up over Nigel McGuinness. So good stuff right there. What's next? Survival of the Fittest. Now, okay, I guess I'll announce the match first. This is Chris Hero, Austin Aries, Claudio Castagnoli, Rocky Romero, Roderick Strong, and Human Tornado. And it's just 2 men are legal, while you got 6 men in the match, and elimination style. And so my only problem with this match is it's not Chris Hero's best, or this might be his worst display of what he can do in the ring. But the match serves its purpose. He won Survival of the Fittest. He pinned everybody in the match. But the thing is, he was hanging out the rampway the whole time with Larry Sweeney, doing jumping jacks, the squats or whatever the hell he's doing. And then anytime somebody would look like they're ready to get pinned, Chris Hero would tag his way into the match and pick up the victory right there. He'd end up, pinning everybody. So serves his purpose, good comedy stuff, but definitely not his best showcase of what he can do in the ring. Excuse me. Next up, there's a promo with Chris Hero and Larry Sweeney there in Las Vegas, and we won Survival of the Fittest. Just really cool stuff from them. The Chris is awesome chants, them doing it. I thought it was really cool that they were doing that. Let's see here. So when he won Survival of the Fittest, he would earn himself a shot at the ROH World Title against Nigel McGuinness. This is from Glory by Honor 6 Night 1. This is just a clipped match. They don't really show it all, but they just show the last couple of minutes where Nigel would successfully retain. And then 24 hours later, Glory by Honor 6 Night 2, you have Chris Hero taking on El Generico. This is just the opening contest. I think it runs about 15 minutes, I'd say, something like that. And it's just a fun match. You have the Chris Hero from this time, who's just real kind of comedy based, real funny and whatnot. And to be in the ring with El Generico, I thought Generico was a good character to be in the ring with him at that time. So good match, good return match from the Survival of the Fittest tournament, second round match from a couple of months before that. But I'm not going to talk about that. That is the end of disc 1. Oh. Reefer and blunts is all that's needed. Alright, well, that was a cool little intermission right there. Okay, Disc 2. Before they show the first match, they actually have a clipped match from Final Battle 2007. It's a Fatal 4-Way match. You have Chris Hero, Takeshi Morishima, Austin Aries, and Bryan Danielson, I believe. Yes, these 4 guys. So you got Chris Hero in the ring with 3 former world champions. I think that's cool right there. I believe Nigel McGuinness was supposed to defend his title this night, and he was unable to, so they ended up having this match, and the winner of this match to get a shot at the title in a couple of months or something like that. I don't remember what the deal was, but Hero was not the first person to get eliminated. I think Morishima was, and the crowd cheered for that. Chris Hero would be eliminated second, and the crowd was not too happy about that, just because he was getting such a good reaction. So was Sweet and Sour Incorporated. So really cool stuff to see right there. The first full-length match on disc 2, Chris Hero challenging for the ROH World Title against Nigel McGuinness. This is the steel cage match from Breakout, January of 2008. And I used to have this DVD. This is a good match, good steel cage match right here. Chris Hero got busted open. Really cool how they brought the steel chair into it. Just good hard hitting stuff. I liked how Chris Hero did a single leg crab sitting on the chair. You got Nigel underneath it. It was cool. The ending with the what was it? With a race. You got one of the guys go. You got Chris Hero going through the door and Nigel going over the top. It's like who's gonna win it. I thought it made for a good ending. Good Dayton, Ohio crowd right here. So good match right there. Next up, let's see here. Chris Hero taking on Roderick Strong. All right, this is from Battle for Supremacy, June of 2008. New Chris Hero right here. They talk about it on commentary how less of the jumping jacks, no more being funny or anything like that. It's a much more serious attitude, more elbows thrown. They were really putting over how many people he was knocking out with his elbows, how many victories he had been picking up, and him and Roderick Strong, they had a good hard-hitting bout here. I believe he won it with the rolling elbow here, or just an elbow, but he'd defeat Roderick Strong here, and then what happened? Northern Navigation. This was just after this show, or right around that time. I don't know. There's like an encounter with you got like Lance Storm and Chris Hero, so you get to see like the encounter between them, and it was set up nicely for a match that they would have later on in the DVD. So I'll talk about that there. But I just it's an encounter to go in between a couple of matches. I think that's cool right there. Next up, from New Horizons, July of 2008, Chris Hero and Go Shiozaki taking on Roderick Strong and Naomichi Marufuji. Great match right here. Good tag, or great, whatever you want to call it. I like this tag team match right here. I thought it was cool to see Go Shiozaki and Naomichi Marufuji work together. In the ROH ring. It just looked like they knew each other so well. You get to see Roderick Strong kind of return a pinfall over Chris Hero. I'm a mark for full Nelson backbreakers. I don't know. I just think they're really cool. Anytime I see them, I don't know. That's just the move for me right there. So good tag team match right there. Next up, this is probably my favorite match on the entire set. Chris Hero versus Jerry Lynn for the ROH World Title from Never Say Die, May of 2009. This match was almost a year after the last match they showed on here, and this, definitely my favorite match on here. They went like almost a half hour. The crowd was awesome for this. God, so many times where I thought, like, if you don't know the history of the ROH World Title, or if you're sitting in the crowd, there are so many times where you think Chris Hero's actually going to get it. Like, the referee or someone's distracted, he hits him with the lucky elbow or something like that, and just so many good near falls. He kicked out of a pile driver, Chris Hero did. I thought that was cool. God, this one spot that I thought was awesome. The match was awesome altogether, but one that I really want to talk about was, you have Chris Hero sitting up on the top turnbuckle, but like his legs are on the outside of the rope. Jerry Lynn Hurricane or Frankensteiners him off the top rope. He goes flying to the outside on the thin pad out there. There's no give out there. I thought, I'd never seen anything like that before. Well, not at least that high up to the mat. I thought that was just really cool right there. Okay, so what comes after that? Death Before Dishonor 7, Night 2, July of 2009. Chris Hero taking on Lance Storm. Now, just the night before this, Chris Hero teamed up with Davey Richards, I believe, to take on Lance Storm and Kevin Steen. I actually tweeted Lance Storm one time, and I was like, how many times have you faced Chris Hero in ROH? And he's like, twice, one tag and one singles. So I guess these are the two matches. God, I thought this was a good match here. The first 5 minutes were really scientific. Chris Hero versus Lance Storm, I'm talking about. Good scientific wrestling. They take it to the outside, make it hard hitting or whatever. The crowd was into it. I believe. I think they were in Canada. I think they were in definitely Lance Storm's part of the country. So just definitely made for a good crowd right there. And this might be definitely one of Chris Hero's highest profiled victories right there. Lance Storm's a big name, so I think that's really cool of him to put Chris Hero over, and great match right there. Next up, awesome stuff right here. Chris Hero going one-on-one with Kenta. I'd say this is a little over 15. This is from HDNet, by the way, episode 29, and awesome stuff right here. Good hard-hitting action with the elbows and the kicks. Definitely what you'd. God, I wish I could have seen these two go one-on-one, like in maybe like a pay-per-view or just a DVD taping or whatever the hell. let's see here. The crowd was, I believe Chris Hero was in a feud with Eddie Kingston at the time, so the crowd was chanting, we want Eddie. So you'd have 5 people chanting we want Eddie, and then 10 people chanting shut the fuck up. We want Eddie, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, I thought that was funny right there. Yeah, Eddie Kingston would take the lucky elbow the lucky elbow pad from Chris Hero while he's about to throw it, and he took it from him. That was the distraction that he needed for Kenta to hit the GTS and pick up the victory. So cool stuff right there. If there is another match out there between them, maybe in like Japan or something, please let me know. I would love to see it. Next up, oh my god, this might be like my favorite part of the DVD. This next chapter, you have the Ali training camp, Muhammad Ali training camp. Chris Hero's here. He's boxing. He's adding to his game, with punches and elbows and strikes and stuff, and just, you see him training, doing the jumping rope, the jumping rope. Just, oh man, I don't know. It's Chris Hero elevating his game, because he'd be taking on Bryan Danielson at in Dayton, Ohio, just shortly after that for the Final Countdown tour, and that's the next match. Chris Hero taking on Bryan Danielson, Final Countdown tour, Dayton, Ohio. What is this? September 2009, and one of my favorite matches from these guys. You might not hear that from too many people, but it just shocked me that Hero won this. Such a good hard-hitting bout. Threw a lot of elbows. So many times where we thought Danielson was going to win this because it's like cattle mutilation, and then he had all these locks, and then he'd throw the elbows, and then he'd so many the elbow shots or whatever. So many times where you thought that he was actually going to win it, and then just that last death blow, and it put him away, and you could see one person in the crowd like, yes, that would be me if I had been watching Hero, I don't know, lose to Danielson PW. I think he might have beat him at Bola in 2008 or something like that. I don't know, but he beat him, he pinned him. Yes, I would have jumped up. I don't know. I thought that was cool right there. Just definitely a personal little mark out moment for me, just because I don't know shit about ROH's history. So yeah, there's that. Let's see here. What's next? What the fuck is next? Oh, they have a clip from Glory by Honor 8. This is one of the only DVD ROH shows that I actually own, and Chris Hero going one-on-one with Eddie Kingston, and just a clip match, just the last couple of minutes. I believe Chris Hero would use the lucky elbow to defeat Eddie Kingston, and that wasn't over between them. I'll talk about it in the DVD. But next match, Chris Hero taking on Kenny Omega from an HDNet episode 42, and I like this match right here. I thought this was cool. Just these guys have unique. Well, I'm gonna say they had different styles of what they do in the ring. I think they have. Kenny Omega has a unique, offensive moveset, so I think it made for an interesting match right here. When they took it to the outside, and Chris Hero is sitting in a chair on the outside, and Kenny Omega goes to the entryway, and he goes running 40 feet. He jumps no, he was running more than 40 feet. What am I saying? He goes running this long distance. He jumps 7 feet, goes flying, and crashes into him in the chair. Crazy spot right there. I thought that was awesome. I'm not going to talk about the ending. I don't want to give it away. I would like to spoil as little as possible. That's what I've been trying to do in this DVD review right here. So I hope I haven't been giving away too many of these matches, but yeah, I think I have been. Sorry about that, guys. Next up, the last match on the DVD right here. Chris Hero taking on Eddie Kingston, a fight without honor from Final Battle 2009, December. Great match right here. This might be the most brutal match on the entire set right here. God, just the use of the chain I thought was just, oh man, it was really cool. The barricade, oh, I don't want to tell you what happens. I kind of do. Oh, Eddie Kingston gets messed up on the barricade. It's one of the craziest things. It's just, oh my God, I don't know. Really hard hitting match right here. Elbows and back fists and things of that nature. So, good DVD right here. Awesome DVD, I should say. Killer DVD. One that I would absolutely recommend. Kind of late to be showing you the discs, but if you're still watching, disc 1, that young knockout kid. Disc 2, split your wig. Awesome stuff right here. So that's my DVD review. Last little point right here. If Chris Hero has proven anything over the years, it's that he has the capability to, he has the ability to evolve and to become a bigger and better superstar, bigger and better wrestler, whatever you want to say. And I think he's going to surprise us in the future. So keep your eyes peeled for Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno. He's going to be at All-Star Weekend, so keep your eyes peeled from him. But that's 20 minutes on the video right there, so yeah, if you're still watching, you kick ass. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace out.